Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Winn and you are tuned into Cooking with Winn. Into this video, I'll be showing you guys how to make Liberian water green torborsoyea. For my water green today, I'll be using mackerel fish, dry turkey, crab, goat's meat, shrimp, dry bone, and fowl chicken. And I'm going to be using habanero pepper, 1 onion, Liberian country soda, Liberian cuy soda, and torborgee oil. For my seasoning today, I'll be using adobo all-purpose seasoning, 2 feta cube, seasoned salt, and chicken flavor bouillon. So for my greens, I'm gonna be using 10 or 12 bags of greens. This is how the greens look, alright? You can find this in a Chinese supermarket. The name is Malabar or Malabar spinach. I'm gonna leave the right spelling in the description box, so check it out. It's not gonna say water green, but it's gonna say Malabar spinach, okay? These are the ingredients I'll be using to make my water green torborsoyea. If you want to learn how to make this meal, stay tuned and keep watching. Alright, so since I already have my meats and fish clean, I'll go ahead and season it. I'll be adding adobo all-purpose seasoning. I'll add in 1 feta cube, some chicken flavor bouillon, so I'm adding this much, and some seasoned salt. So once I add in my seasoning, I'll be adding some water. I have 8 cups of water here. I'm gonna just pour it over this. I'll be adding additional 4 cups. So altogether I have about 12 cups of water in here. I'll cover this and take it to the stove, and then I'll cook it for 30 to 35 minutes. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend my peppers and my onion together. So I have my peppers in here. I'll just cut some of this, and then I'll slice the remaining onions over my meat on the stove. I have my peppers and my onions in here. I'll go ahead and blend this. Alright, so my peppers is all blend. I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of my peppers in here, and I'll save the rest of it for later. I'm gonna just cover this and let it continue cooking. Now I'll move over to prepping my water grains. So you just wanna empty your grains in the sink. So once you empty in the sink, run cold water on it. So you wanna wash this 2 to 3 times or 4 times because it has dirt on them. And sometimes it has sand, so you want to make sure you wash them really good because you don't want sand on your greens. Once you wash it from this sink, you can put it in the other sink or you can put it in a pan. So once you have the water in the sink, that you can also just shake it. Open the lid and wash them. Basically, this is all you're gonna do, okay? You just wanna wash your greens, make sure there's no sand or dirt on them. So once you're done washing your greens, you can go ahead and cut it. I'm gonna go ahead and finish washing my grains off camera, and once I'm done, I'll be back to show you guys how to cut your grains, okay? Alright y'all, so I'm gonna check on this, and I'll be taking out my dry turkey and my fish along with my shrimp. So in here I have the crabs, I have the goat's meat, the cow meat, and the dry bone. I'm gonna let it continue cooking because I want my cow meat and my goat meat completely soft. So I'll cover this and let it continue cooking, and I'll move over to cutting my greens. Alright, so once you're done washing your greens, you can go ahead and cut it. So I'm gonna get rid of this part, so just cut it like this. And you can test the stem to see if it's soft. If it's soft, you can leave the leaves on it and cut it, but if it's not soft, you can remove the leaves. Break the hard part of the stem, get rid of it, and keep the soft part, okay? That's it. Alright, so once you have your grains packed in your hands, it's probably not going to be possible, but just make sure like they are all even. So I have my veggie bullet. I've not used it before to cut the water grains, but I'm going to try it today to see if it's going to work. I know for the water grains it's really soft, so it might not work, but we're going to see. So make sure your blade is turned to slicing, okay? Turn it on. Alright, so I used the potato grain machine to cut the water grains, and this is how it came out. I don't like it like this. For the potato grains, their leaf is not as soft as the water grains, so it can work with this machine, but the water grain leaves are really soft. This is not happening. I guess I'm not going to be using this machine to cut my water grains. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut it with my hands or cut it on my cutting board. So I'm going to use my cutting board and just cut it, okay? So pack your grains and just lay it on the cutting board and cut it. When you cut the grains, this is how you want your grains to come out. Not like this. So do not use your potato grain machine to cut this. So this time around, I'm not going to cut the grains on the cutting board. I'm going to cut it in my hands just to show you guys another way you can cut your grains. So whichever way you're comfortable with, go ahead and use that way, okay? So this is the way we cut it back home. Fold the grains in your hands, hold on to your knife, and just slice your grains. Y'all don't mind me, I used to cutting grains in my hands, and I feel like it's much faster and I have more control over the grains when I'm cutting it in my hands than when I'm cutting it on the cutting board. But like I said, go with the way that works for you. So this is the grain so far. This is all you want to keep doing. Cut your grains till you're done cutting out of your grains. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting my grains off camera, and once I'm done, I'll show you guys the next step, okay? Alright guys, so I'm done cutting my grains. This is my water grains. So I'm going to go ahead and add my grains to my pot and cook my soup. So I'm going to be using the water in here to cook my grains. I'm just going to go ahead and add my grains to the pot. With the water grains, it has a lot of water on it. I don't know if you guys can see. If I squeeze it, see the amount of water that's on there? Being that the grains have a lot of water on it, I would advise not to add too much water to your pot, or else you're going to spend all day waiting for your water to dry on your grains. So just add less water, or whatever water you have left on your meat after cooking it. You can add your grains to the pot directly. If you notice that the water is not enough, you can add a little more water, but try not to add too much water. Just give this 10 minutes to cook, and I'll be back to check on it. Alright y'all, so my 10 minutes is up. This grain is a lot for this pot. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and switch my pot. Alright, because I'm using this big pot, I'm gonna have my pot on 2 burners. So now I'll go ahead and add in my blended peppers, habanero pepper. I will add in my second cube. Just gonna break it. I will add in some adobo or puerpos. I know from watching my videos, you guys can already tell that I love adobo. I mean, who doesn't love adobo seasoning? It goes well with almost everything, so yeah, why not? And now adding a little bit of chicken flavor bouillon, like this much. So I will just mix this in. I'll just let this go for 30 to 40 minutes, and once my time is up, I'll be back to adding my shrimp, my fish, and my dry turkey. So the oil and the soda are going to be the last to enter your soup, so that can remain on the side for now. Alright y'all, so my soup has been cooking for about 30 minutes. The water is drying, even though it still has a lot of water on it, but so far the water has reduced a little bit. But at this point, you just want to go ahead and taste your soup. Make sure it's well seasoned. And I'll be adding my shrimp back into the pot. I still need the water to dry a little more, so I'm gonna just let it continue cooking. While this is still cooking, I'll go ahead and get my country soda ready so it can start melting. So I have my country soda in here. So you just want to add some of it to a little cup or a bowl. I'll just add some cold water to this. So you want to add the water so it can cover the soda, and you can just go ahead and break it. If it's too hard, just let it soak in the water. It's going to break by itself, or it's going to melt by itself. So I'm going to just let this sit and let it melt. And once my soup is ready, I'll be adding it to my soup. Now I'll go ahead and add in my fish and then add in my oil. So I'll be adding in my torborgee oil. I'm going to add a little bit for now. And then stir it to see if I need to add more. Alright, I think this oil is enough. I'm not going to add any more oil. Now I'll be adding my dry turkey. I'm going to mix it in. Okay. So basically I have everything in here now except my soda. Okay. So I'm going to just give it a few more minutes just so the water can reduce a little more. And after that, I'll be adding my soda. Alright guys, so this is my water green. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn the stove off. The water has reduced. So I've been on the stove for an hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours. Like I said earlier, the more water you add on it, the more time you're going to spend cooking it. It still have a little bit of water on it, and that's fine. I'm going to give this about 5 minutes to cool, and then I'll be adding in my soda. My soup is done cooling. Now I'll be adding in my soda. So I have my country soda all melted. I will just go ahead and pour the water into my soup. You see it reacting, guys. I'm gonna be adding some of this to it. If you don't like a lot of soda, do not add too much soda, but I like mine with a lot of soda, so yeah. So once you add your soda, you just want to stir your soup to mix it. Once you add your soda into the soup, it's gonna foam, so you can just give it a few minutes for the soda to settle into the soup. And once this soda settles, then your soup gonna be all ready. I'm gonna give that 5 more minutes for the soda to settle, and once it's all settled, I will be plating it with rice. But honestly, like once you reach this stage, your soup is ready. Like there's nothing else left. Alright guys, so this is the Watergreens Torborsoyea. Okay, it's all done and ready. So I went ahead and played mine with rice, so I'm gonna show you guys. Okay guys, so this is my Watergreens Torborsoyea in here, and this is my rice. You can have this with any grains of your choice, but I like to have mine with rice. So this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, watch my other videos, like and share with your friends and family, and leave me a comment if you have any question or concern. I appreciate you guys for staying tuned to the end of this video, and I will see you guys in my next video.